after establishment of the fact that genes are the physical units located on the chromosomes. It was stated by T.H. Morgan when after the discovery of Mendel's experiment. So a major problem arose, and that was to find out the molecules responsible for carrying the heredity information, because chromosomes are mainly made up of two biomolecules, that is proteins and DNA. So protein or DNA may be the genetic material. Besides that, there must be some characteristics which should be present in the biomolecules so that they may be a candidate for a genetic material. And these characteristics include genetic material must contain complex information. This means a large information is present in the genetic as a genetic information, and the biomolecule must have capacity to store such a large information. Secondly, the genetic material must replicate faithfully. That means when the genetic material is copied into the new cells, it should be copied exactly same. There should not be any errors. So the third main characteristic of a genetic material is that the genetic material must encode phenotypes, because a large number of phenotypes are present in the living organisms. So the genetic material must convert their information in the form of phenotypes. So if you see two above characteristics, both the proteins and DNA, they fit as a genetic material, because both have the capacity to store a large information. Proteins are made up of amino acids, and thousands of amino acids may be present in a protein molecule. Similarly, DNA contains thousands of nucleotides. So both molecules are very big molecules and they can store large information. Secondly, they must be replicate faithfully. So proteins, they have a specified sequence of amino acids, and this sequence is very specific. Similarly, DNA molecules also contain very specific sequence of nucleotides. The third, how these biomolecules will convey their message in the form of phenotype, it was not clear. So both proteins or DNA, biologists cannot say anything about these two molecules. Three sets of experiments provided a pivotal evidence that DNA rather than protein is the heredity material. And these experiments include Griffith's experiment, which were conducted in 1928, and then Avery and his colleagues' experiments, which were conducted in 1944. These experiments provided a base for the fact that DNA is the genetic material. And finally, the third experiment, which was performed by Hershey and Chase in 1952. These experiments provided the final conclusion that DNA and not the protein is the genetic material.